Cries of traitor rang out as angry scenes erupted outside Parliament before a controversial treaty settlement was signed today. More than 100 people from Hauraki iwi, a region which stretches from North Auckland to Coromandel, arrived at Parliament to sign a treaty deal more than 40 years in the making. But what was already set to be an emotional day turned angry when they were met by protesters from Tauranga Moana iwi, who are staunchly opposed to the deal because of their overlapping interests. Our reporter, Te Aniwa Hurihanganui, was there.
Cradling photos of the dead in their hands and carrying the weight of them on their shoulders. As members of the Hauraki iwi walked into Parliament this morning, lead negotiator Paul Majuri says the settlement has been 40 years in the making.
It means a lot to see the joy on our people's faces, that they've reached in their lifetimes a settlement that was many, many decades and indeed centuries in the making, arising from the time of the breaches of the treaty by our treaty partner. And so we've lost a lot of people along the way, and we've finally reached this point. You can see the joy in their faces, so that means a lot to me to see how they've received that and the great relief and joy that comes with it.
Crown actions left Hauraki iwi nearly landless, driving them from their home and diminishing their reo. Now a government deed aims to redress that. The deal is worth $250 million and will be shared between 12 iwi through individual deeds. It also includes the return of 2 ancestral mountains, 25,000 hectares of commercial forests and co-governance roles. Hauraki Kaumātua Koro Ngāpo says they can finally move on.
Any future for any iwi really has to be at a rangatahi level, has to be at our rangatahi level where we can look at reviving our reo, our tikanga, all the things that I look around other iwi and they seem to be thriving, so hopefully that these settlements will be some way for us moving forward to address those cultural needs.
But not everyone was happy. When the people of Hauraki arrived at Parliament, they were met by 30 protesters from Bay of Plenty iwi Ngaiterangi. Chaos broke out. People were screaming, crying and chanting, and security staff restrained some as Hauraki rushed inside. Meremaihi Aloa says they're opposing the Hauraki settlement because it has overlapping claims to their land and sea.
Today our moana is being signed off and we're not okay with that. We have tried to have kōrero with them through tikanga and they have refused at every turn, and we're at a loss here. This is just not right. This is an injustice.
Maia Wharekura left Tauranga at 7 o'clock last night to be here this morning.
For us, the government needs to be aware that they are creating new grievances between Māori and the government by not acknowledging the mana whenua and the mana moana. It's not acknowledging the whakapapa links and the ahika that's already there within those places.
Before the protest broke out, the group was denied entry into the beehive and peacefully blocked access for 20 minutes. Ngaiterangi Kaumātua Bob Rolliston says the signing is like a funeral to them.
Me ka haere tonu tau kaupapa, ka haina tia, tangi mama I tata. Pera te haere tanga ki ngā tangihanga ne. He tangihanga tēnei kia māta.
Ngaiterangi has desperately wanted to sort things out on the marae, but Pare Hauraki wouldn't do so until after the signing. However, after today's events, that might be more difficult than ever. Mo te hōtaka o te ahi pōnei, ko te aniwa, Hurihanganui aho.
Well, this is a small old country, isn't it? As you will have heard in the news, that a bus crashed in Sanson this afternoon, in the Manawatu, injuring 20. And those passengers were from Ngaiterangi, heading home from Parliament, I believe. Paura Stanley is on the phone. Kia ora, Paura, are you there?
Kia ora.
Nice to have you with us. Is everyone on the bus okay?
Well, as far as we can ascertain, most people are fine. There's some very, very shaken up people. There are some people who are carrying some injuries. I'm just very, very grateful. There are no very serious injuries, let alone any fatalities. I'm heading down there now to meet up with our whānau, the more injured ones are in hospital at the moment in pharmacy. I'm going down there to ascertain what we can do to support them.
Paula, do you know what happened? So for people who don't know that part of the country, Sanson effectively is a T-junction, right? If you turn left, you go to Bulls and then on up State Highway 1. If you turn right, you go to Palmerston North. Were they just south of that? Is that right, on State Highway 1, just south of Sanson?
I'm not sure of the exact details of exactly where they were, or GPS location, I'm sorry.
But what happened? They went into a ditch?
As I understand it, yes. The bus ended up in the ditch.
Okay, and some people have been hospitalised, but as far as you're aware, no serious injuries?
As far as I'm aware, yes, that's the case.
Okay, thanks, Paula. We really appreciate it. And we hope everyone's okay. And take care in your travels if you're heading down from Tauranga to Palmerston. Also, 20 people injured. Passengers on a bus that seems to have gone into a ditch on State Highway 1. We don't know how on earth it went into a ditch. They were from Ngaitarangi, returning up to the Bay of Plenty, having been at that protest on the forecourt at Parliament.